Hey VC, welcome to my channel. Tony here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for stopping in. I know there's a ton of options. YouTube's addictive. Sometimes I'm on YouTube for 2 or 3 hours. Actually, I rather watch content on YouTube, not just VC content, but documentaries, music videos, whatever. Some great documentaries on music that are done by fans and podcasts. So I rather watch YouTube than a lot of my streaming that I actually pay for. I don't pay for my YouTube. I'm not a YouTube subscriber where you don't get commercials. I like the commercials, and the commercials help out the people who do the content. So anyway, I'm going to talk about 2 records I received for Christmas. This record, which is a #1 record, I believe. I'm sure it's #1 in the UK. Gilmour's first new record of new material in about 9 years, so they say. Really cool. I'm going to talk about that, but I have some issues with the record I'm going to talk about. And this, which is the self-titled only album by the Tuff Darts, which is I was pleasantly surprised. I thought I had a Tuff Darts record, but this was the only one. I'm not sure if I have this one as an OG. This is a music on vinyl reissue, only 750 made on red, translucent, blood-like vinyl. And I was pleasantly surprised, but I'm going to talk about that. And the reason I'm doing this video today is I was really tired. I woke up early today. I did some thrift shopping. I went to some bookstores, and I was beat. It's a rainy day in Frisco here. And I took a nap, and when I woke up, took an hour nap or whatever, I woke up, I had on my phone some feeds from REISSUE, who has a great VC channel, and also I checked out some of Kenny's audiophile videos again, and they kind of inspired me to do this video now while I have the mindset and the energy. So REISSUE talked about records he just played, which was cool because he's always shows me things that I don't really know about. And Kenny does a lot of jazz reviews, and the other day he reviewed the new movie by Dylan or about Dylan, a complete unknown that was set in his early life in the Village, which I have to go see. He talked about Beyonce's halftime show on the football game on Christmas, I believe it was, a day after Christmas, which was the Chiefs versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Beyonce did this unbelievable extravaganza. So I can imagine. I saw clips of that. I didn't see it live. Usually I put my surround on, and you get that vibe of that stadium. But that was supposed to be good. So they kind of inspired me to get this this video done now. And if you don't know those channels, you probably do. If you're watching my channel, you know their channels. But just check them out if you're new to this channel. And if you're new to this channel, consider subbing. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Gilmour first, and then I'm going to talk about the Tuff Darts, because I listened to them kind of simultaneously in order. One, then another one, then I went back to the Gilmour. I listened to some other things. I got some really great items for Christmas, some records for Christmas. So I'm going to talk about those probably in the course of the week, the next few weeks. But this record is super timeless, as Gilmour stuff is. The solos are magnificent. He's with his lyricist again, who is his wife Polly. She's been writing his words for a long time. Like any wife, she's talking for him in a way. Just kidding. But she writes the lyrics. And Gilmour also has a 2007 recording of a keyboard jam from Richard Wright that he did in his barn jams that he used on a tune here, which is cool to get Wright and Gilmour back together again. So here it is. This is a gatefold. It's a single record there, and this has Black Cat, Luck and Strange, The Piper's Call, A Single Spark, which has a really good guitar solo, Vita Bevis, Between 2 Points, which is with Romani Gilmour and his daughter, Romani Gilmour. I believe that's how you pronounce it. That is fantastic. I want more of her vocals And her vocals are only going to get stronger as she develops her voice and her technique. I'm not sure of her age, but I'm thinking she's very young. Gilmour's 81 or 82. You can see the portrait here. And this record is about mortality, getting older, coming to terms with stuff. You never stop learning, and as you get older, these kind of agendas and narratives resonate with you. If you're a young kid, you may not dig this, but if you dig guitar solos and you dig a cute young girl, Romani Gilmour, you're gonna like it. So you can watch her videos. She plays instruments. She's just multi-talented, as the whole family. Side 2 has Dark and Velvet Nights, Sings and Scattered, which is littered with his timeless guitar solos. My problem is not with the content of the record, although I think I loved it. I was immersed in it. It was nighttime. I was feeling, I was a little tired. I had a beverage, an adult beverage, and I kind of got into it. It was like, when you listen to Gilmour, and I've listened to Gilmour for 50 years, solo and with the Floyd, you kind of get used to his groove. You know right away it's Gilmour. Just like you know right away it's Jimmy or Carlos or Reinhardt, or if there's a Reinhardt, or Wes Montgomery, B.B. King. They have a signature sound that just amazes me. You hear that, that's David Gilmour. There could be imitations, but you still know it's him. There are people who can sound like that. There's people who can sound like Hendrix. But anyway, the record is familiar because I was hearing bits and pieces. I listened to the record on streaming. I saw some videos. He was just at the Garden about a month ago or so, maybe more than a month ago, sold out. He had shows. I didn't get to go. From what I see on YouTube, it was spectacular, right? It's almost like, and you expect to have that Floyd essence, come through, because it's Gilmour. He is, we all consider him as, with Waters and the rest of the guys, that's Pink Floyd. But anyway, my problem with the record is the vinyl on my pressings were not good, and I know it's not just my pressing because I've read a bunch of Discogs related issues, and they're saying that the record was pressed at Memphis Records in Memphis, but I know records that were pressed at Memphis Records in Memphis had no problems, because I believe Revolvers, some of the Revolvers reissues were pressed there. Some other bands that I know were pressed there. I'm not going to get into all the logistics, but on Discogs, I read that Memphis Records pressed this particular record, which maybe it's not true, but anyway, whoever did press it, there's some surface noise, intergroup surface noise. There's some ticks and pops. It doesn't overwhelm the sound, because it's you kind of, when you crank it up, and obviously it's a delicate, intimate record at points, and then it jams like every other Gilmour record, right? But I just want to say that I wasn't happy with my pressing, and the reason I'm even bringing this up is because I read other folks in the same situation, but I also read that folks said they had a flawless pressing. Some people said the pressing was warped. My pressing wasn't warped. Like I said, I got this for Christmas. I'm thinking this was one of the first ones purchased, because I was told, again, if you're going to get it, which I was, hold off because you're getting it. And I kind of was like a little kid. I took the marshmallow test, and I was able to wait. If you know what the marshmallow test is, you could look that up. But I kind of waited, and I said, okay. And I was tempted. Saw it a few times at Target. I may have to go back, because I'm not sure if there's extra songs on the Target. I think there's a copy with extra songs on it, bonus tracks, right? But anyway, I have ticks, pops, clicks. The vintage I read is so much better as far as the dynamics than a streaming or high res. I streamed it, but when I'm streaming a record just to hear it, playing it through Bluetooth, I'm not expecting to get the same dynamics as a record on my table, on my main table. But anyway, I'm also talked about the vinyl pressing because my good friend Jay, I think, had 3 copies of it on black vinyl, and he sent them back. And on the 3rd try, he just told them, "Give me my money back," type of deal, like a full refund. I don't want the album, because he had a lot of surface noise. I didn't hear it. He didn't bring it over for me to hear it on my system, because sometimes systems will reveal different things. But when he told me that, I wasn't prejudiced by what he said. I listened to it, and I did get ticks, pops, clicks, inner groove noise, which shouldn't be there at all. It shouldn't be there at all if it's any record, especially if it's a David Gilmour record. Now, beautiful pressing visually. Now, this was recorded in the UK, but they said it was pressed in America. Beautiful, translucent. They call it bottle glass green or turquoise. Really beautiful. It's a single record. It's heavy, at least 180. Comes with a nice booklet with photos, credits, who's on who. Here's some portraits of the elder legend, looking strange. And like I said, this record is about, a guy that's getting older, coming to terms with stuff. Polly Sampson is his wife. She's the lyricist. There's also one here called Between 2 Points, which is Roger Quigley and Mark Tramer did that song, music and lyrics. The rest of the songs are by Gilmour and Polly. And like I said, his daughter is actually on it, and she does a tune, which is really great. What's interesting about this is Steve Gadd, the great drummer, is on a number of tracks here. And here is, I just cut some wood the other day, so I should give him a buzz. We could talk about our wood chopping technique. I do not use a splitter. I cut it on my own. But that's the nice booklet. Nice gatefold. The record is stunning. Recorded well, I'm thinking. Mastered well. I think it was mastered at Abbey Road Studios. But just the fact that we had bad pressings, and like I said, what I read on Discogs was the record press company, and I'm not disparaging them. I know that they do good work as well. If they did this pressing, then it's a quality control issue. But also, there's some people who said they have had no problem with their pressing. So just a great record overall, soulful. Guitars are stunning. His voice is the same, soulful voice. They're very relaxing. It's timeless. Like you're slipping into a Pink Floyd vibe when you do hear that. And like I said, his daughter, I could hear his daughter and see his daughter going on to some great stuff in the future. I believe she goes by the last name of Gilmour as well. Sometimes an artist will change their name, not to be, hitched to a famous father or famous mother. Frank Sinatra Jr., for instance, and Nancy Sinatra Jr., for instance. But, that's just, it's good either way, right? She's just very talented. So we're going to go back to the fact that it's a great record. If you don't have it, check it out. Most places, if your copy's weak as far as clicks, it doesn't overwhelm it. I cleaned it once. I have to go back and clean it again. Maybe that'll eliminate some of it, but normally it doesn't. If it's in there after a first cleaning, it's in the actual vinyl, and it doesn't have to do anything with the colored vinyl, because my pal had copies that were the black vinyl, so that also had some pops and clicks and things that he didn't want to deal with. Like I said, each system will reveal different aspects of a bad vinyl. But this record, which I got for Christmas as well from Big John, this is Music on Vinyl. It's number 31 of 750. Now, this record, I was pleasantly surprised because I played this after The Luck and Strange. And of course, since it's punk and funny and brutal and ferocious and probably 2 chords or 3 chords, it's just a great record. I enjoyed this record in a different way as much as I enjoyed Luck and Strange, albeit clicks and pops and, you know, things that bother me. But I get over that. Here's the Music on Vinyl sticker. There's the back. It comes loose in a plastic sleeve. 750 made. Music on Vinyl does not shrink wrap their records, which is they're smart because they don't have a lot of the issues that other companies will have. Now, this is Tuff Darts' first and only record, I believe, 78. The big hit on here that I knew when I heard it was Your Love is Like a Nuclear Waste, Phone Booth Man, which is great, My Guitar Lies Bleeding in My Arms, Here Comes Trouble, She's Dead, is my wife actually heard that one, Rats, but just a great record, and it sounds great. And this record is dead silent. It's dead silent. So when you hear, you know, the Gilmour, and then you play this, and what I do is I played the Gilmour, played this once, then went back to the Gilmour, and it's really disturbing that the Gilmour has technical issues, right? Like quality control issues. Now look at that. Pull that up closer. Translucent, almost translucent, blood red vinyl. Comes with a nice poly sleeve, which I believe the Gilmour has a poly sleeve. I didn't point that out. But I'm seeing more black sleeves now than white sleeves on records. This has an insert, which I probably was with the original lyrics insert. Now, this band disbanded. They were almost like a house band at CBGB's. So I'm thinking I had another Tuff Darts record. I couldn't find it right away. I didn't really look that hard. But I think maybe I have them on a compilation of a CBGB's record that has a compilation, or a Max's Kansas City record that has various bands on it. So I have to pull those out and check. But in my research and what John told me, and I remember this from being a fan of Robert Gordon. Robert Gordon was the original lead vocalist for Tuff Darts. He left in the 70s and he went on to do that rockabilly thing, which was so great. I met Robert Gordon a few times. He actually was so nice to me. I saw him at BB King's in New York City when BB King's in New York City was there. It's not there anymore. He actually let me come backstage where he signed records. I met his wife, and he recently just passed away a couple years ago. I went to see him in some really great spots. We've seen him maybe 4 times. And in BB King's, I was right in the front row, which was a dinner type of theater with a stage in front of the tables. And but he was great. So he was the original singer. But here, just a great record. If you don't know it, I checked on eBay, and believe it or not, this record is a bargain at $22 shipped. That's right, $22. I remember glancing. I believe no shipping, maybe $25 no shipping, but it is a bargain, and they're numbered 750, and this will not last, okay? This will not last. Just a great album as far as production. It was produced by Tony Bon Jovi, who is John Bon Jovi's cousin. He's a recording engineer, producer. It's mixed by Bob Clearmountain, who did so many things for Columbia Records, and I believe Bon Jovi also worked for Columbia Records. This was recorded at the record plant in New York City, I've been to the record plant in New York City. I don't think it's there anymore, or it's under a different name, or maybe it's condos, expensive condos. We don't know. But anyway, Claremont and Bon Jovi. And Bon Jovi was born in New Jersey, Raritan, New Jersey, as was John Bon Jovi. John Bon Jovi was born in New Jersey. I don't think it was Raritan, New Jersey, but that's his cousin. And I remember early on reading about Tony Bon Jovi. Tony Bon Jovi also produced the Talking Head 77. He produced a number of really hit records. He started out as a young guy because he was so interested in Motown, the Motown sound. They actually invited him to Motown, where he spent some time there maybe as a high school student or first year college student, and he got to know some of the players. He actually worked on stuff at Motown until he formed his own, his own gig and his own, wherever his path led him. I believe he opened up a record plant in California, somewhere along the line. Bon Jovi, the power station. I believe he opened up a power station in California. I think that's where he is now. He was born in 1947, so he's, close to 80, 77, 78 years old. But really great album. Like I said, Tuff Darts, self-titled. They did a reunion album, which I haven't heard. It's probably online. You could probably hear it on YouTube. It's called You Can't Keep a Good Band Down from 2007. But that record, as far as what I read, was only released in Japan under a Japanese banner, which I don't know why. But Tuff Darts record blew me away. The Gilmour I wasn't blown away because I knew what to expect. I knew I was going to get that feeling. But the thing about the Gilmour record is for me, it was too short. 40 minutes, one album. Would have been great if it was a double album because I wanted more. Sometimes less is more, right? That's what they say. But stick around. We're going to do more videos like this in the upcoming weeks. If you haven't subbed, please sub. I'm going to show you this up close. There he is with his wife, Polly. No photos of his daughter, I don't believe, on the booklet. The booklet has lyrics, but I wanted to show you this. And don't let me discourage you as far as depressing goes. You may get lucky. It may not happen on your turntable, but if you do stream, this is supposed to be much better than a high-res file. The dynamics on this is great. Gilmour, but Gilmour's records, like any record, any artist, especially of Gilmour's caliber, it deserves a top-notch sound, as if it was a Rhino high fidelity or even a MoFi 45 one step. It deserves that quality. You don't want to hear pops and ticks, but that happens. I'm not sending it back. I'm keeping it. Like I said, it doesn't overwhelm me, and it's not crazy bad. It's disturbing that it's happening on such a intimate record. The guitar solos rock. It's a typical Gilmour record, his first record in about 9 years, they say. So, but that's it. But this one, if you feel like going online, pick one of these up. It's really cool. I think I might have an OG. If I do, I will do an AB. This has a little bump on the corner, I just noticed. I probably did that. But thanks a lot. Keep rocking. And if you haven't subbed, please consider it. It really helps us out. Take care. See you later. Ciao.